Okay, I'm just making sure that everything's going to be live. It looks like we are live. Fantastic. So, I am going to be playing through The Room. There's not going to be any sound because the way that I'm doing this game is actually running on my phone. As you can see, this is my phone and my phone background. And, well, I might try what I'm doing here. So, one of the reasons why I'm trying to look through playing through The Room now is because I am looking to gather inspiration for mechanics of what I want to be doing. So we have a look at this, which is actually the game I'm currently making. This was the test to see what I could do with interactions. It's loading slower than I thought it would, but yeah. So pretty much here, what we have here is we have our basic, this is an interaction test. First time ever I'm creating things from scratch, which is amazing. We can basically touch on things and it'll move around. This particular one, if we try to move too far, it won't let us. But this one over here, we can move entirely around the object and it'll go all the way. Although it won't go too high because otherwise it breaks. So yeah, so what we've got so far is we've got the ability to touch on things, which is fine. But now we need to work out what interactions we want to use for our, how do I describe this? Which interactions we want to do for the actual puzzles, how we want to interact with things. So we have going around, we have touching to move to new focus objects. I probably should have like a pinch thing that allows us to go back or some things, but what we can do is we've got the tutorial. So what we have here, we have swipe the screen to look around, which is grand. Double tap to focus, they've got. Where are we? Yeah. So okay, so we needed some sort of thing where we can touch and slide. I'm putting the way to write this stuff down. I'd usually use it on my laptop. My laptop's currently going through a reformatting thing. Oh well, I'll just do this video. So we need the ability to touch on something and then slide it. It's pretty one-to-one, really. So yeah, okay. You came. I knew your curiosity would get the better of you. The answers you seek are inside this box, along with something else. Something they said could never be built. It's the only one in existence, and it's the key to incomprehensible power. This safe was constructed to keep it from lesser minds. I have every faith in you solving its mysteries. You always were the smart one. With the enclosed key, I gift you one part in favor. Keep this eyepiece with you always. Without it, you are as blind as the rest. Tap the key to collect it. Okay. So we've got tap on things to do it. So that actually might be the reason why we want to have a double tap to move, because if we tap on something, it means we're interacting. If we double tap in, we want to move. Something to keep in mind when I get to it, and I've got to work out how to do that. Now we have, this should really be the same mechanic, but instead of it being on a spline, on a single line, it's now on a curve, so... Or is it? Or is it now we're just rotating it? Drag it, and then we have this UI widget at the side. Is this UI? Okay, so these are images. So we can do this. We could do this with UMG pretty easily, and it's done on where we're touching, not on where it's pointing. Well, kind of. What level is it? Anyway. Yeah, it's like a distance from where you're touching, and it changes color when we do stuff. So so it's very much given the impression of where things go. Rotate the key. It opens things up. So actually, listen to this without audio. Could I actually stick it on? I wonder whether or not this actually works. Let me just turn off my earbuds. I'm wondering how much of the audio you can hear through my microphone if I look. No, I don't think you can't hear it that well. Maybe turn it off a bit. Okay, I think you should just about be able to hear the audio through the microphone. Again, I can't get it because of the way that I'm using this. This is actually running on a phone. But here we go. So far we've had 3 different types of interaction. We've had slide something along a linear motion, rotate something, and then move something around an axis point. I'm actually going to turn this down. No, it's. If you can hear the music through my microphone, great. If you can't, then let me know, and I shall probably just turn it back off again. But here we go. So picking up the eyepiece. And the eyepiece has now gone to a separate 2D texture, so the UI is pretty much running through How would I do this? We'd probably just set this as a UMG thing. We'd create a image for each of them. Yeah, okay. Feed me on strife. Oh, tap the eyepiece to where? It doesn't do anything. Perhaps something's missing. What does the note say? Tap the eyepiece icon to remove. Yep, fair enough. Double tap to focus on the notes. We have double tap again. Feed me and I shall survive. Give me drink and I shall die. So, pinch together to zoom out. So yes, we're going to want the pinch out function as well. What have we got so far? So we have, we want to double tap to focus. We want touch to slide, rotate, and pivot. I really should be writing this down. Actually, hang on, I've got notebooks exactly for this. So let's go grab a notebook. This isn't the only way of doing it, but I'm kind of using these as an example for things I want to do. And then it kind of gives me a grounding point for when I want to go off and do things differently. I need a better pen. I don't have, that's the other one on here. Okay, what have I said so far? So, the thing about double tap to change focus is kind of how they are dealing with not clicking on things and not accidentally moving stuff. So that's important to deal with because it's helping deal with smoothness and make sure things are moving where they should be, not where they shouldn't be. So we have slide with straight, rotate, and pivot. The pivot one's probably going to be the hardest because it's technically a rotation offset, but maybe we can do that. Anyway, the riddle was of a candle. Is there a candle around here? Oh. So we have things... Oh, can I zoom out there? Yeah. So water, so with fire. Do we double tap to move? Do you want to double tap to move or do you want to tap to move? Which is better? What was that? Was that just a single button? Okay, I need to keep an eye on buttons. Oh wait, what was the other thing? I slide. So, we've got pinch to move back here. I want to... So we tap in to open up a thing. Do I want to have this thing where we inspect items in our inventory? I'm not sure. I'll make a note of it though. So. Okay. So these are pretty basic gestures. There's no fine control so far. I think there is in this game, but not yet. What do we got here? That'll require a screwdriver. Okay, so this bit is quite important. Things that look out of place should be of interest, and they should be things that you go, oh, what's this? And you go double tap, and now you move into the thing that you're trying to focus in on. Things like scratch lines, miscolored items, the color is really important. But it's basically all sorts of things that you want to tap on, and if you tap on them and they're interesting and you can't do anything with them, you need something like this to sort of say, oh, I don't think this will be helpful. Anything else? Anyway, so yes, now we've got, let's we're now looking at this thing because it looks unusual. We can tap it and move closer. Yeah, here we go. So now, which way do we want? We want this one, I think. This one just clicks in place. It's a very, very simple, very, there's not really any animation going on with this one because it's the first game, and that's the reason. I don't particularly want to be bogged down by lots of things that they've had tons of time to experiment with. I'm just trying to find what's useful. I'm going to turn the volume back down again because it's annoying me because I'm listening to it through my microphone, so it's not great. Let me think. Oh, yeah. So unscrewing this, and we now got an eyepiece that now shows us all these mysterious things. Am I going to touch into the layer upon layer of things? No. I know that the House of Da Vinci pretty much just took this idea wholesale. Not me. I'm just going to... the stuff I'm going for is more based on escaping rather than things, but yeah. I think they get too even. Check if you can't see what I'm doing. Here we are. In later games, they actually made it so that if you pinched out, you would go back to this screen. So that's a thing to think about. I'll bring this up. There we go. Yeah, and that's the end of the first chapter. So, what are we thinking about now? So, if I make a note of stuff, we're going to also want... I have no idea. Oh yeah, that's... Open objects in inventory, which we're not really going to be looking into, but yeah. UMG inventory, that might be something else we can look into. Alright, let's continue playing. How long have we had so far? I'm really rushing through this. It's just yeah. Will I make this video as long as possible? No, it's not really going to be now. I'm just kind of trying to get an idea of what I want to do with the game and trying to see how they've done it and try to understand how they've done it. Which means... Alright, so what we have here, the first puzzle, we're pretty much introduced to the fact that we have 3 locks we have to undo. That's a pretty decent starting point. It very much clearly shows us, okay, this is our goal. We've got 3 locks, and now you've been given the tools to explore. I'd say the first one's more tutorial, even because we didn't know that many interactions, but now we're kind of given our chance just to play around. There's no set order to this puzzle. You can do it in any of the directions, I think. Actually, no, I think there is a set order to this puzzle, because by doing bits of the puzzle, you'll unlock the solution to other puzzles. So like this one, you can't possibly know what the solution is because it's written elsewhere. Again, things that are different. In fact, actually, yeah, this is where the puzzle solution is. So this one here means that this first lock should be this one, I think. Is that what I said? Then we sort of look at, okay, what things are different, what things can we interact with? So repetition, and then the difference of repetition is going to be a big important part of solving this puzzle. So let's begin with this one here. This bit's different, and as you spin it forwards, the camera's placed in such a way that you can now see this top part. I think this one, yeah, here we are. So for basic interaction, it's now a telescope. We don't want that one. Same principle again, we've got this down here. Spin this around, we now have a short piece of cotton that's soaked in paraffin. Can we interact with this one? No, we can't interact with that one. I actually vaguely do know the solution to this one. Here we are now. Okay, what have we got? This one we have second symbol here. Is that one. Oh, there's the third symbol. means the fourth symbol we can probably guess at this point. Oh yeah. I know that you shouldn't do that, but unfortunately this is a way that you kind of deal with. Like, you should put the final symbol in place so people can try and think, I've solved this correctly, but people will break combination puzzles like this by brute force if you let them. And it does kind of... Is it okay to let people break puzzles? Yeah, no, it perfectly is. That's an alternate solution, really. We have 2, 7, 5, and 6. Oops, all right. Yeah. Now I've unlocked this. This bit looks like we need to put that there, which we do. But nothing's showing yet. Let's see what we have here. Can this thing be turned? No, so we have what looks like either a bar or a key lock. We still can't double tap. Also, it's quite cool that this thing actually will show you where all your fingers are. We can actually identify which finger's which when we use Unreal. So basically, this is touch 1, this is touch 2, this is touch 3. Take this off, and I think this is now touch. I don't actually know now. If I take off touch 1 and replace it, which is it now? I wonder. Could we touch 1 again, or is it? If I do this and I do this, this is now a different finger. Not sure. It probably is. This is just touch 3. This is touch 4. This is touch 5. Do we have touch 6? Touch 6. How many do we get? Touch 7. Touch 8. Touch 9. Touch 10. I would go further than this, but I can't really reach it with anything else I've got. But yeah, so we can at least register 10 different touches on Android. This is pretty cool. Hang on, if I press my palm down, what do we get? We get nothing. Oh yeah, I can't. Okay, now where are we? Got this little catch here. We're missing some sort of a key. It does actually tell us what we're missing. So the clues are reasonable. Where are they? We've got a note here. February the 11th. My research continues at a snail's pace. With these barbaric instruments, I can barely read anything at all. But there is something there. Between earth and fire, between water and air. I cannot see it, but I can sense its presence. Like the shadow of the object without substance, yet betraying the shape and form of that which cast it. It is the final element, null. It brings meaning to the rest. It's just as all the other numbers of the world are meaningless without their zero. The circle are petty fools, blinded by their dark arts and their greed. Alchemy is not the pursuit of callow gold, it's the pursuit of this. 1 of 7. I just realised, hello, I genuinely don't like that. I don't know what you're talking about with Lisa. There's no such thing that involves the words the room and someone called Lisa. This is just preposterous. Just reading the chat now. Okay. By skimming through this, I'm kind of forgetting what I'm even doing here. So we have over here just this. Okay, that's there. So we need to stick our wick in here and light it, and then right here it is. Raise it up. So that then now illuminates our telescope. There's nothing to see because we can't actually guess it. We haven't got it working yet, which means we're going to need to use the other key somewhere. That's where we got it from. What have I interacted with so far? This definitely is looking different. We can't zoom in on it, so maybe it's something else. Can this key be used on here? No, way too big. But let's have a look. Yeah, I know that SMH means something, but every time someone uses it, the context makes me think they're going, You haven't done something something? Suck my hand. And I haven't, I've been told what it means, but I just can't unhear suck my hand. What have we got now? We have a hint system up here. So the hint's pretty basic at this stage, but never, so far has not felt like I've needed the hints. What is that? Can I get in closer? Yeah, there's something else. There's something else. Whatever that is, that's unrelated yet because we can't interact on it. Hang on. Something here. There we go. An ancient leather-bound book. Yep. So again, we're looking for things that are different, is what the thing basically goes by. Skim this around, and there we go. And here we go. We've got the key. Keep trying to zoom out by that. Yeah, and that's where we would have found the code to this. Because we couldn't go any further until we've done this, the actual key there was pretty much useless anyway. But that said, that was interesting that we could actually unlock it even how. Anyway, here we go. So we now have we've solved the puzzle, and it's like, okay, we have a picture of someone's face being scratched out with this fade box. But, there we go. So now they are purposely guiding us towards the fact that we should be using the eyepiece on more often things. So we now put the eyepiece back on, and we try it again. And now we have the horror element, where it says trial, which is confirmation of the trial. Oh, and now we have this box, in which using the actual outside symbol is useless because it's, well, they're all symmetrical, but there's actually only one actual solution. And we couldn't brute force. So unlike this puzzle, which we can brute force, we couldn't brute force this puzzle because the final thing was at the end there. So there's people pinging me now. Oh dear, go away, people pinging me. I'm recording. This is where I forget to spell how to spell trial. Oh, it's actually smaller than I thought it was. Trial. Yeah, it is trial. Everything's automated. And the first lock is unlocked. But yeah. And this is the reason why the locks they are in order. But I kind of feel like they could have been done in any order, but they decided not to. This is the point where I think we use this. No, we don't. McAllister returns with the rabbins from Egypt. The pattern continues. The Tibetans call the null element space. To the Hindus, it is aether. And now to the Babylonians, it is simply up, the other direction, the realm of Ishtar. Yet of more significance is the recurring presence of the hexagonal glyph. The same structure, same symbol repeated in cultures separated by countless centuries and the span of the globe. Who will tell me now that this is idle superstition at work? When my hands hold the first distilled sample, they will recognize me then. Presently, the skeptics have more in their number. McAllister has quit my service. Okay, what we got here? Oh yeah, that was the dial puzzle we get later. Here it is. But we need to do it later, don't we, I think. What's this? There's the button up here? Not yet. But maybe we can do something here. Yeah, here we go. Oh, yes. This was where things got really bizarre, which was to use the gyroscope of the phone as a puzzle solving device. And I do believe they didn't use this again, which I'm kind of happy about because it wasn't great. Okay, so now we've just been shown the glyphs. Now I want to recreate the glyph, which is there. And by recreating the glyph, we open up things for reasons. Rotate this, and that'll slide back into it. And that opens up this. I'm semi-rushing through this because I'm not really looking at the puzzles as such. Even though I'm looking at the puzzles, I'm more looking at how it should be interacted with. Which probably means I should go back and just double check what everything's working on. So we have this rotation mechanic. We have dragging things from an inventory over to where we want to go, which we then have a rotation mechanic, a tapping mechanic to pick things up. We have take note of this date, June 21st. It is the most significant in human history. I have done it. A human subject was required. The catalyst was my own being. Fatigued by my studies, I entered the chamber without disabling the mechanism. When I regained consciousness, I had succeeded. The null element is beyond curious, being neither quite energy nor matter. I have already made great studies in its study. I've already also made great strides in its study, specifically in how it refracts light. Tonight, I open the wine. Yeah, the dial. I don't think that's actually related to a later puzzle. Now we're going to do the dial. This one's designed to be brute force, but it kind of works, which is this one, nope, this one, this one, this one, this one, nope. This one, this one, this one. And now we have another element. So the past one was rotation, and the rotation would have a specific point. This is a puzzle which isn't really touched on again, at least not in any specific detail, which is actually making use of touch. We have touch that can pull this up, but if we move to the other one, the touch will go back down. The way to solve this problem is actually to have two touches, and then move both of them. Do I want to do that? I don't think I'll have time to do that, but it's something to think about. We have another oddly shaped key here. This is based, so now we have an expansion of an earlier puzzle, which is going to be helpful if I can actually see what I was doing. I think that's correct. I got it backwards. That said, they gave a clue here. So once I tapped on it and said this wasn't incorrect, I then could go back to it and it showed me the correct shape. Something to think about. See, it's the inner workings of this device. Where's this one go? Did this one go here? Okay, just one more to go. We'll move on to part 3 of this chapter. So far, this chapter has pretty much just been a mechanic showcase. Well, not mechanic showcase, but there's basically been... It's almost had the Super Mario design, where it's literally they're just kind of trying to come up with as many interactions as possible, and then they just make them work. So in this case, we now have rotating gears. We can open up this, which will open up the top of the structure. That's the other puzzle. This one is going to be like this, and as we can see, this one's actually probably the best one because we sort of show
of both things at once, and you get a visual understanding of what's happening here. So even though it's a quite complex things, we've now taught the player, oh, when you do this, it rotates stuff. So this one, which we can't see the front of, we've now got to think, okay, this is what it should be. So we need to move this one to this perspective. And now that unlocks as part of the shelf. Now we have this one, which should be like this. And finally, that's the final one. Was the final one this one? No. The final one's probably somewhere unfound yet, so let's see. It's not this anymore. Why is it not? Let me zoom back out. There we go. Let's go back to here and see what we can see. So we're looking for more gear. Oh, no, we've done that one. Is there anything on the front here? Not yet. This we haven't gained access to yet. It's at the top here. Can we see through it? No, we can't see through it. It requires a key. Where is the fourth one? I don't know, I had this weird feeling that it was actually this again, but it's not. Then we've got the gold statue, that will come into play later. Inside that one? No, it's not inside that one. Trying to play through the puzzle as fast as possible and then get stuck because I'm forgetting what things were. Oh well, we shall continue trying to find stuff. This is this. Nope, it's not that one. Yep, that's clue 1. Can we clear it again to get clue 2? No, we've got to wait a bit. I believe there's a little sound that it gives to say that you found the clue. Oh, what's up here? Where's the button? No, so that would work if we had the machine working. 1, 2. Two, three. What was the fourth one? Unless it is this. I don't know how that happened. Oh, hi there. I really do say that way too much. Let's get into this. I've played this game way too many times. I should know the answer to this one. It's probably good that I don't, because it means that I'm actually understanding how the puzzles work. Can we interact with these things at the top here? Nope, I don't want to do that. That's something else. Maybe if I spin this thing again. Nope. Yeah, I know I've seen Cosmo and Plex all over the cabinet. I just need to find the third one. third one? The fourth one? No, I can't move that back. I don't know why, I still think it was one of these, and I can't remember why it was. Definitely not one of those. Maybe there's a mark on them I can't see. That's why I can't find it. It was underneath this sliding plate, which I completely forgot could slide. And I want this to be in this way around. It's because I thought that was a warning sign. We've got an elastic band, we've got the other cog. Okay, I thought we got the screwdriver from that side. So if I transfer this side and go... That activates thing 1, that's where the screwdriver is. And then use the screwdriver here.
Just trying to see, is this happening instantly? It is happening instantly. It's like you tap and it goes just straight in. There's no animation or anything here. The animation's all happening on the rotation, these bits side. So we could actually, I could actually make buttons and interactables with a 3D UMG. So basically, I could use the UI as my game system, and then have all the actual gameplay elements overlaying over the top of space. Now, where did that go? I saw that a minute ago. Here it is. Oh, which one do I want? Okay. That should now give me a... If I drag this on here, will that now give me a thing? Yep, there we go. Yeah. Now give me a drawer that I can open. We have another cog. Good. Can we take that cog back? No, we can't. But this cog we can take off again. I'm just going to place the end of this chapter and then I'm going to call it. Okay, what do we have now? Oh, this is another cog. And this is the one, so we now need to remove this one here, this one there, this one there, the elastic bands between the two of them. And yeah, so it's very simple. Okay, now this is done stuff, so we can press this button to activate it. It'll start spinning around. Come undone. Long piece of steel tube. We'll do this one again. Yeah. Some kind of small key. We also have an old photograph. Rev 605. Very small key. A very small key can go into a very small hole. Where's the very small hole gone? Okay, I thought that was a very small hole.
Ah, yes, here it is. Unlock that. Now we have this one here where we can slide things and rotate things. Yeah, that's done something. Wow, it mysteriously appeared. The use of mysteriorism in this game was a thing that, considering the fact the game was kind of based around pseudoscience, I never quite understood why the mysteriorism had to happen. Mm-hmm. 5+6, wasn't it? There we go. And that is lock 3. That then leads us into the next puzzle, which we're not going to do because I'm going to end it there. So, let's see. Things that I need to kind of talk about and things I'm going to think about my own game. The sheer amount of things you can do in this one is kind of crazy. So, this bit just gets ridiculous. No, I like this part. Effectively, again, they are it's a series of increasingly difficult puzzles which you've kind of got to work out as you play through. Double tap to change focus. The reason we've got double tap is to avoid tapping on things to try and interact with them, because trying to find interactions, not focus points. Pinch to move back allows you to zoom back at your own stage. I think Agent A, which I've got here as well, Agent A has a different method of doing it. So they have you double tap to go back, so like that. When's this next chapter going to come out again? August 29th. What day is it today? It's the 23rd, so it's the end of the day. But yeah, if we just go here. Yeah. I don't know what I was going to say. I was doing the room. Now I'm just kind of doing the kind of a comparison to the room. Yeah, it's fine. Go on. I don't care about this dialogue that's happening. It's just clear to me this is actually 3D. I didn't actually think it was 3D. Yeah, so in this one we tap on things. To go close, then we sort of double tap to move backwards. And it works for them. It's a yeah, I just realised this game is actually fully 3D, and I didn't actually realise it before because it doesn't look like it's 3D in the way that it moves. There's no moving camera as such, but yeah. And then the game that kind of really, if I installed it now, here it is the House of Da Vinci, which is a it's a game that basically wants to be The Room, and I would say that these guys, they didn't understand everything about The Room when they went through it. If I skip straight to if I skip straight to this chapter, I can kind of show off what I mean. There's quite a lot of aspects of this game that are kind of like, okay, well, where am I going to have to focus in on? What I'm looking for? And then because there's so many things that you don't focus in on, you find it hard to find in what you actually want to click on. For example, this. I mean, kind of in this light, you can kind of see it, but it's like, so this blade is a focus point, but you wouldn't kind of realize it if you're trying to look for other focus points, because this looks exactly the same, but it is also a focus point. I'm getting quite a lot of screen tearing now. This floor is a focus point. I suppose actually you can kind of see that one in this one. No, I just always found this one a bit weird. Yeah, so like we've taken a thing out, and now we've got to do this. It was just a bit janky. It's kind of, I don't know what I was looking for actually at this point. I'm trying to point out something. Maybe it wasn't the first chapter that I was actually looking for it. Oh well, I'm going to. Oh, and here we have the same thing again. We've got to put this down, close it. Better animated than the first game, but then again, the room did come out in 2012 when games on phone weren't necessarily the most powerful. And here we have, it's not entirely smooth. Yeah, so that's the solution to this puzzle, and it took me way too long to find that. Anyway, I'm going to call that for now, and then say goodbye to everyone. And wow, we've been here for over 45 minutes already, so thank you everyone for watching. This video will now be on my channel to watch through if you weren't here for the stream. Subscribe if you want to see any more of these. And ta-ta for now.